I still get messages to this day of people telling me how my video, the biggest simp in history, helped them get over a breakup, or how it had the perfect advice they needed to hear at the time. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who watched that video and helped it go viral. It's easy to watch that and assume that I'm a dating expert or a coach who's got it all figured out, but the truth is, I'm not. The title is not implying that I'm alpha or there is a quote-unquote right way to go about romantic relationships. Like I said in the last video, I don't believe in alphas or simps. I just see people, or in this case characters, with self-confidence, self-respect, and authenticity, and those who lack self-confidence, self-respect, and self-love. Really, it's simple. If you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to attract someone who is going to take care of you? If you don't love yourself 110%, then how are you going to attract someone who loves you for you? Last video we used Mordecai as an example. This video we're going to be reviewing Finn's insecurities. So according to the wiki page, Finn hooks up with like 4 different females throughout the show. I guess if you're going based on that alone, then it's easy to assume he's got the whole dating thing figured out. However, just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you're ready for one. You'll notice a pattern with the way Finn responds to complications in his romantic relationships. In this video, I'll be focusing on his relationships with Princess Bubblegum and Flame Princess specifically, since those carry the most story. In the episode Incendium, Finn sits down with Princess Bubblegum, which gives him a perfect opportunity to make a move on her, but he doesn't get the response that he wants. Instead, she dips on the spot and tells Finn, "Don't be weird." Based on what I know, Finn has had a crush on Bubblegum since the start of the series, and this is the end of season 3, so you can't deny that the dude has determination. But at some point, you've got to realize someone just isn't for you. Finn then falls into a deep state of depression, contemplating all the times Bubblegum hasn't reciprocated the same affection he has for her. As described in the song that he sings, it feels like there is a hole inside of his heart. The mistake you'll see Finn make time and time again, and the mistake a lot of us make, is we assume the only way to fill that hole is with a romantic partner. But there are plenty of self-love exercises that are equally, if not more, beneficial. Don't get me wrong, I think relationships with people are important, but giving love to yourself instead of waiting for someone else to give you validation is important for the sake of enjoying life as it is and avoiding codependency. Finn doesn't know how to give love to himself so that he feels worthy even without a romantic partner. He's caught a severe case of one-itis. He assumes Bubblegum is the only person that will fulfill his heart's desires, when in reality, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of fish in the sea that would be equally as good for him, if not better. As Finn gets more and more depressed about his situation, Jake runs off to try and find his buddy a proper girlfriend. Long story short, he meets Flame Princess and accidentally takes her to Finn. She assumes Finn doesn't like her, so she slaps him and runs off. Little does she know, Finn actually did find her attractive. After a wild goose chase in the following episode, Finn starts to cry once again, wondering why it's so hard for him to get a girl who will actually return the same affection. Flame Princess notices him crying and admits that she actually does like him, but they can't be together because he's a human and she's made of fire, so they'll just hurt each other. Fortunately for Finn, this obstacle doesn't last very long. Fast forward a few episodes, they figure out a way to make the relationship work in a way that isn't completely dangerous. I mean, it's still dangerous, but as Finn implies in this episode, that's what makes their relationship unique. This is the episode where they officially start dating. Princess Bubblegum is disappointed by this news and begs Finn to stop seeing her for some quote-unquote important reason. Jake and Finn believe she's just jealous, and honestly, I think that's partially true. But it is later revealed the real reason is because if Flame Princess falls in love, it could be dangerous to the world. At sunrise, Finn writes a poem hoping it will get him a kiss from Flame Princess and make their relationship official. Bubblegum catches up with him, again trying to convince him it would be best for him to stop seeing Flame Princess. Finn thinks that Bubblegum just likes him and admits to her that he used to like her, but since she never returned the same affection, he's moved on.
I was in love with you, okay? And you didn't love me back.
To get to the point, Finn ends up kissing Flame Princess twice, regardless of Bubblegum's requests, and burns his whole face off in the process. In the next episode of How Far Will You Go for Love, Finn reveals his game strategy with Jake.
This is how I act now with all the ladies, you see. I keep them in a state of confusion. That way, I've always got options in case Flame Princess doesn't work out.
Some of you watching this are probably thinking that's a brilliant pickup strategy, but I just see it as someone trying too hard to be alpha. This further highlights not only does he have little confidence that his relationship with Flame Princess is going to work out, but he also does not have enough faith that he can express his authentic self. He feels he needs to manipulate girls in order to have a long-term relationship with them, which in my opinion is a toxic mindset to have. And Jake would agree with me on that, telling Finn the book has really bad advice. This is similar to my opinion on the red pill, which I discussed in part 1. But like I said, I'm not a dating coach, so whatever advice works for you, works for you. But if you were to ask me, if you have to be fake and manipulative to get the relationship to work, then chances are that strategy is going to come back to haunt you during those times when you are in desperate need of something real. You're better off staying single at that point. It's further evident in the episode Pohoy that Finn probably isn't emotionally mature enough to handle a romantic relationship. He has a tendency to overthink even the smallest of issues.
I guess I'm just thinking about Flame Princess. I told her a joke the other day, and she didn't even laugh or anything. Guess it's over between us.
That's it? A joke?
Yes, this is an actual quote from Finn. Admittedly, I overthink things all the time, so I can relate with the dude. But just like with most of the problems we have in life, it's not even a real problem. It's a judgment or assumption that he created, which means it's not real, which means who the hell cares? It means nothing.
You see this cup? This is literally my favorite cup. Huh. Now it's gone forever, so it's not real, and I don't care about it anymore.
And now we reach the point the story has been building up to. In the episode Frost and Fire, Finn and Flame Princess are chilling, minding their own business. Ice King says something that pisses Flame Princess off, so she beats the crap out of him. Finn is so amazed and wowed by her fighting abilities that he starts to have wet dreams about Flame Princess. Throughout the episode, he tries to force Ice King and Flame Princess to fight again in order to recreate his fantasies. However, he takes it too far by manipulating his girlfriend's insecurities, not only hurting her emotionally, but hurting Ice King and his kingdom physically. Finn tries to make things right by apologizing and telling Flame Princess why he did what he did, but she doesn't buy it and breaks up with him, much to the amusement of Ice King.
You blew it, man.
Due to his insecurities, and because he anticipated the breakup beforehand, it's no surprise it ends up not working out between them. So immediately after the breakup, instead of giving this experience time to sink in so that, he actually learned something from it, he instead tries to use Princess Bubblegum as a rebound. Yes, he still hasn't completely gotten over Bubblegum. Unfortunately for him, what he discovers is Princess Bubblegum is too mature for him, which the title of this episode implies.
I thought we were having fun together.
Finn, I have citizens who need me. I can't always treat everything like a little boy game.
Not that being immature is bad, but if Finn wants someone who resonates with his personality, Bubblegum definitely isn't the right one for him. So after Bubblegum didn't work out once again, he tries getting back together with Flame Princess. However, she is completely over him at this point, and makes it clear that they have no chance of getting back together. Despite this, Finn does everything possible to try and impress her. It doesn't work, but getting shown up by Cinnamon Bun traumatizes him enough to give the whole dating thing a rest for a while. 3 seasons go by, and at this point in the story, Finn has matured emotionally, so much so that when Flame Princess suggests that they spend the day together, Finn takes the opportunity to apologize wholeheartedly for what he did to her in the past.
When we broke up, I said sorry, but I didn't fully understand exactly what I did wrong. I get it now. I shouldn't have manipulated you. That was a really, really messed up thing to do, and I'm truly sorry.
You've grown up a lot, man. I forgive you.
From that point onwards, they start hanging out more, but as good friends. However, this isn't one of those friendships where one secretly still has feelings for the other. They both have a mutual respect and understanding for each other. And I find that pretty cool. It's not easy to do that. To set your ego to the side and find strength within you to forgive and even start fresh is definitely tougher to do than closing your heart. Past experiences get in the way of enjoying the present moment and realizing there's still great potential in the relationship. They still love each other, just not in a romantic kind of way, which shows great character development in Finn.
So, are you still into Flame Princess?
No, FP and I are just friends, and I'm really proud of that friendship. Getting there took a lot of trust building and emotional growth.
I'd like to end this video by saying there's nothing wrong with being single, guys. Being single is a beautiful thing. It takes Finn 9 seasons to realize this. But hey, better late than never. When it comes to romantic relationships, I think a lot of us forget it isn't something that needs to be rushed. Unless you want a rushed product, good things take time. So in the meantime, why not develop yourself in a way that enhances your quality of life? Financially, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Once you are comfortable being single, dating will come naturally and easily. Thanks for watching.